hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
I'd listen to him, Flounder. He's pre-med.
Over? Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Germans?
Leave him alone. He's on a roll.
Yeah, don't slow him down. He's on a
Nothing
roll.
is over until we decided it. Oh, I got those switched up. So come on, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House,
Who's with me?
the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and helping you learn,
Quoting old movies.
helping you get out of college with a 0.0. Looking at you, Blutarski. And hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend.
Yep.
I do think we have a fighting chance at it. I don't know anything about the beer this week, but I did read the description of it on the can, and it never said crushable. Which is,
That's good.
it's a W.
Did you recognize the brewery or recognize the beer at all? Period.
Nope, it's out of Maryland,
Oh, wow.
which that state's always been confused.
Yeah, always. That's a weird one.
Dude, they're one of the few states that during the Civil War was like, half of us are this way, half of us are that way. Like,
We don't care.
Let's see which way the tide flows
Yeah.
today.
like they've always been a little kind of do their own thing in the
Yeah.
Switzerland of the U.S.
I always thought it was funny because they like claim Chesapeake Bay like they're the only ones.
Yeah,
Right.
they're not even the longest one on it. Yeah, but it's theirs.
Yeah.
It's their bay.
Maryland crabs. Well, there's a whole lot of other coastline.
You know where my favorite Maryland crabs are from? Virginia.
Yeah.
Some of the best Maryland blue crabs.
And
right
it's
here
like
in
the
Virginia.
weirdest shaped state of all.
It's just an
Oh.
odd one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got a funny feeling this beer is going to be good. 'Cause I only know one thing about it, and that's because it's like a golden or a white stout,
Interesting.
which we tried one of those when we did those Dragons tiers, and it
Yeah.
was real nice.
Nice.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yeah,
Year.
Happy New Year to all you guys. Technically, I don't think I've seen either of you.
I
in
saw
new
you the
year.
other day.
Did I see you since the New Year? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We saw. Oh yeah. Oh, in fact, I saw both of you.
But that was still like holiday. We were still in holiday time.
Yeah.
We hadn't gone back to work and gotten back in the swing of things. Oh, it was
the day after.
Yeah, oh, no,
New
it was
Year's
New
Day.
Year's Day, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure
That's
I did
probably
wish
why
you.
you don't remember. A little hazy.
Honestly, it was all a little hazy. In fact, the last 2 weeks, because we did those doubles,
Yeah.
you know, I've been off. I haven't had to
Yeah.
do work or podcast, and it has been
No, I missed it. I missed that.
glorious.
I wasn't here. That was my
Yeah,
first.
Stu was not
That was
here.
my first miss.
This past Sunday?
Yep.
Stu's brother was here.
Yeah, we look a lot alike.
Yeah.
He gets confused often.
Nope. I don't.
How was everybody's holidays? Breaks and New Year's and Christmas and all that? Get anything cool?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I'm sure I did.
Yeah, I got a little something. I got one of those plug-in refrigerators on wheel coolers. The RV, it's called Bougie RV. It's a
Plug-in cooler?
It's a cooler with wheels. It's got a charcuterie board and top. It's a lot like Brendan's, except you can.
So the igloo. It's like the igloo.
It's like the igloo, but you can plug it in, charge it up. It's got a USB, and you can make both sides freezer, but one refrigerator, one freezer.
Does it-
both side refrigerator.
Oh, so like you can
plug it into your car. You can plug it into the wall.
But like you can also take it somewhere and leave it unplugged and it stays cooling the whole time. It's got a
'cause
battery on
got
board.
a battery pack and everything.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay. See, I was about to be like, this
like
is
a
the
refrigerator-
dumbest thing ever.
No,
Yeah.
it's a refrigerator on wheels.
But it has its own battery.
Yeah, so you can charge it up all night, and if you want to,
How long will it run on battery power?
I
In
think it's like
refrigerator mode, not freezer mode.
I think it was 6 to 8 hours.
Long enough.
I mean,
Do you throw ice in it too?
you can do anything to it, but if you have the cigarette lighter plug, I mean, you could just instead of your shit melting while you're driving 8 hours and doing ice packs, you just plug it into your cigarette lighter or a prong plug if you got it in the car.
I get some of
sure.
it. I also don't like some of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the concept of I might be down at the beach longer than 6 hours.
Yeah.
Or out in the woods. I mean, I guess I know what you're saying. You can fire up your
But
car.
like for
and charge it.
tailgating and stuff.
Yeah,
Tailgating is probably
Yeah.
super dope. Or like in your yard,
Yeah.
probably super dope. But off the grid, not so dope.
Yeah, but also not having to buy ice after
Yeah.
ice after ice is nice
Super
too.
dope. Okay, I'm coming around.
And
I
you
mean,
can-
I see it two ways.
Because I mean,
And it's adaptable with solar panels if you want to.
when you go off grid,
Now we're
like,
dancing.
when you go off grid, like you can still use your car and stuff. Like,
Assuming you have your car.
yeah, most people do. I mean,
Well, it's not like you're dragging a Yeti
I
on
was
the
gonna say
Appalachian Trail.
you're not taking if you're going like legit backpacking. That any cooler's not going with
Yeah.
you. So
I did the Appalachian Trail with
my
a
Yeti.
Yeti 75. Nailed it.
no wheels. Because
That would be the baddest dude in
Oh,
the
yeah.
game. You imagine just coming across that dude in the middle of nowhere, and he's like, boom. You need some bologna, some cheese, a couple ice cold waters. Like, what do you need?
Yeah, I got it all because I got the Yeti.
I'm set.
Filled it up 10 miles ago.
Yeah, it's got 50 pounds of ice in it.
Yeah.
in this 40-pound cooler, and I'm just hauling it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's a lot.
I mean, I'm pro cooler, so like I can find a reason to have any
Oh.
form of cooler.
I'm mistaken.
too.
It says it can keep it up to 24 hours
On the battery power.
on the battery.
Now this is getting a lot
Yeah.
cooler. 6
Yeah.
hours was like
I just opened it up and
Who makes it?
Bouge RV.
I've never even heard of it.
literally like bougie.
Yeah, but it's
That's hilarious.
So
Interesting. I'll have to Google that and check it out.
Yeah, I got one of those drink smokers. You ever fuck with
Oh
those?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like you put the stuff in it.
nice.
I
Have you
love.
play with it?
Yeah, I love a smoke
awesome?
drink. Yes, it's extremely awesome. I like it a lot. It just it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because now you're making liquor drinks
Oh yeah.
because you want to like, ooh, let's try this smoked. Ooh, let's try this smoked.
You go into the kitchen, you're like, I need a glass of water, and then like that thing catches the corner of your eye, and you're like,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
while I'm here,
that's kind of
I'll
the problem.
just smoke a double bourbon.
Yeah. So I basically had a very hazy couple days.
Like when
after
I
that.
got my wife got me the nice square and or round ice cube.
Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're looking for excuses.
Yeah. You're like, I could have a beer or
Yeah.
or
I did get one of those. You ever seen those little like those like barrels that like you like soak booze in?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you have your own
yeah.
personal barrel. So I finally have something I can do with all the bottles of bourbon that have like one drink or two drinks left in
yeah.
them. I'm just gonna mix those all together until I fill a bottle, and then I'm gonna dump all that in the barrel.
And then age it.
See what happens.
That's gonna be the official Inside the Pallet House.
That's a
bourbon.
pretty good idea. How many times can you use the barrel?
You can use it as many times as you would like.
But you're not gonna get as much out of it, right?
And you don't want to leave it in there. Like apparently at 1 month, 3 months, it reaches like peak because it's a small barrel.
Yeah.
So it ages very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then after that, it just starts to become wood.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to drain it out. So I'm basically going to do like 1.5 month, drain it all back
Yeah.
out into a bottle. Boom.
Yeah.
First mix and then put another one right in. I think I can make that happen.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, my brother had one of them, very similar, but it was for tequila, and you could use clear tequila, add flavor, and make it darker gold, anything like that.
Yeah, make it
Kinda
like
cool.
a reposado out
Yeah.
of it. Or, yeah, see, that's
They're fun.
sweet.
Nice.
Then also, huge score burrito blanket.
Oh,
Looks like a big tortilla. Those are fantastic.
My youngest son got a sushi one
Yeah, those are cool.
and a sushi pillow.
nice.
That's where it's
Yeah.
at. Yeah, my daughter and I were.
He's got a shrimp neck roll pillow.
oh yeah,
Big
so he
old
can be a
shrimp. Yeah.
full
Oh,
sushi.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. My daughter and I saw this thing. We were sitting at my other daughter's one of her games, and we were like freezing. And this kid rolled by in a tortilla. We were like, oh, tortilla! How cool is a tortilla? And we both at that moment were like, we're getting each other that for Christmas. So we did the whole moment. Like we both
Yeah.
opened at the same time. We were like, whoa, you too? No way. So what about you, Troy? Anything good?
I got some. I'm sure I got a cool. I finally got a Bengals hat from AFC Championship.
I saw the AFC Championship.
Yeah, not
'cause
the
they've
Super
never-
Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, they've never won a Super Bowl, right?
Never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so.
you have to go to like sub-Saharan Africa to get your hands on this.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere.
Bengals
over there.
Super
yeah.
Bowl gear.
You have 3 years of them.
Yeah, you got retro ones, you got more modern ones. I mean, you got it all.
Yeah. But my coolest gift, and it was totally out of the blue. My wife got she's a listener, and she kept telling me, she's like, I'm taking this back because you're probably not going to want it. You're not going to like it. And it was 2 packages of the same size, and I opened the first one up. It was a sports coat,
Love it.
and it was like a funky pattern, like cool looking hip. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's freaking awesome, because like I would never buy that for myself.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
You don't have sport
I don't
coats.
have any.
And I'm like, I buy them on sale all the time because I love a sport coat.
So I opened the second one, and it was a navy one. And I was like, even better.
You can't go wrong with
I
a
was
Navy
like,
sport coat.
I was like, I'm keeping both of these. And she's like, why? I was like, you have to have a navy one.
You have to.
Goes with everything.
Because you can't just have a funky print one, because then it'd be like every time you wear it, it's like, hey, he's wearing the same.
Yeah.
So
But if
now
you
I
got a
got-
pair of khakis, a Navy sport coat,
Yeah.
you are traditionally set.
You're suited out.
You are. You're
So
good.
now I got like 2 sports jackets because like for work I could use them, for M4K I can use them.
Is this
Heck
separate?
yeah.
This is separate or on top of the Christmas jacket?
What Christmas? Oh yeah,
your Christmas blazer.
Yeah, I got the Christmas blazer. That thing's a hit. That was $20 well spent at Walmart.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so now I got some like official like high end sports coats. So I'm like
I'm psyched to
excited.
hear that.
Yeah,
Nice.
Your wife did very well.
yeah, she did. She knocked it out of the park.
They fit.
Yeah, they fit everything.
That's where it's at,
Yeah.
man. Sport coat changes everything. I was
Yeah.
wearing a sport coat the other night. My wife was like, "Why are you putting on a sport coat?" I was like, "Because I have a sport coat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're going somewhere nice."
I mean, you have a bunch, right?
Probably got like 7
Oh, nice.
sport coats. But I love a sport coat. But
Well, you can wear them with dress pants, khakis, jeans. Like,
I was wearing jeans.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
dressed up.
Yeah.
I was wearing Vans, jeans, had a sweater on, and I was like, I know what it needs. One of these damn sport coats.
nice.
And it's like all that you go from all of a sudden looking like just all right to
Yeah.
like, hey, who's this guy?
Get it out.
So
Yeah,
I'm
the,
saying.
the cowboy tuxedo is always great. The blue blazer, white shirt, jeans, and your cowboy boots if you got them.
I don't think there's anything more impressive or stately than a white shirt.
Yeah.
Should always just have white shirts. Every time that there's like a sale on dress shirts where they're like, we have $20 dress shirts. I'm like, cool, I know what I want. 2 of those white ones.
Yeah.
Because
You can't have enough.
no, because you're gonna get something on it.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually the collar
around the collar.
collar's gonna show.
Yeah.
So like you don't spend a lot of money on white dress shirts because
Yeah.
when you need one, if you have to spend a lot of money, they're not on sale. You're gonna be like, $60.
Yeah.
Fuck me. You can get them for $20 all day on sale and just stack
But
them
I have
bitches up.
gone to Men's Warehouse and bought like $50 nice ones, and like they're like high quality when compared
Hell yeah.
to the $20 ones.
But those are the ones that go on sale for 20.
Yeah.
If you just have to wait. You can't
Yeah.
get it when you need it.
Nope.
You got to buy it when you don't need it.
Yeah.
Because then you got it.
Yep.
And nothing looks better. Jeans and a white shirt and then a sport coat or
Yep.
something. Like,
Yep.
you're set.
Yeah.
And I'm
like,
noticing it's coming back. Like, I'm noticing all the sportscasts. You're starting to see like more white shirts. I'm like, they all figured it out.
I really enjoy a suit with no tie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that I at first I was like, that's not a good look, but I've really come around. Like I think it looks better than a lot of your cheese dick ties that you wear. You know, like
I've actually pulled off a full suit with the vest and no tie.
Oh, now
interesting.
that's a little much.
I did it at Thomas's.
I get it. I'm just like, the vest. Well, I guess the vest is already a whole thing.
Yeah,
you know who made that doable for G-pop?
Who?
All those people who say thanks Obama. You can actually say thanks Obama to that one.
Obama did that.
He was the first like dude in politics who wasn't wearing ties.
Yeah.
He just kind of showed up and he was like, "Hey, you know what you shit turds were missing?
Yeah.
Social media and no tie." And like young America went,
Yeah.
like, we're in.
Well,
But
and the
he
vest
changed
is
it.
cool because like when you take the jacket off, inevitably, like
Vest
you
looks-
still
That's the way to
the
go.
vest looks pretty cool.
Cuff sleeves, vest, no jacket.
I agree.
Stu, you seem like the guy who wears like the suit with no shirt and a cummerbund.
Oh yeah. It's literally what he went to prom in.
Oh my god, it's so funny you mentioned that.
Yeah,
'cause
see, nailed it.
Yep.
My one of the pictures came up in, I don't know, Facebook memory or something, but it was from probably 11 years ago from a homecoming picture my sophomore year, and I'm just in a regular tuxedo with my date wore a pink dress. It's a regular tuxedo, pink cummerbund, and pink bow tie. And it was a black tuxedo, but my date was in a full length antebellum dress, like
Well, that
I
makes
looked at the
sense,
picture and
though,
I was like,
because-
"Holy crap! That was the era. That was
That's
there were
that's
people-
when you went to high school,
like,
antebellum
good
times.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. You know? Right after the Civil War,
Yeah.
you know, that's basically it.
Yeah,
Oh man, if I could find that picture, you guys would get a fucking
So is that early 1900s or late 1800s?
that's 88 or 80.
1888. Okay, yeah,
it checks out.
it's definitely antebellum.
I mean, I'm not like full up on the history, but I think that's right.
Well, that's spot on.
Yeah.
1888. That's right.
I only went to one prom and one homecoming, and that was my senior year. And that was really just because I felt like I should. I never really cared to go to those dances, but I went in black pants, a tux, but white jacket with black cummerbund and black
Yeah, that
bow tie,
that
like
actually
James
adds
Bond. Like
That
I had to
adds
stand out a little.
Oh, I know you, dude.
Yeah.
You had your Eminem hair.
I wasn't bleach blonde at the time.
I've seen you bleach blonde.
Yeah, but that was in college. I wasn't in high
well,
school.
That guy looks like the guy who in high school had the white jacket.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm willing to.
What'd you wear? Did you wear just a traditional tux or?
No, I wore hand-me-downs. I actually looked pretty bad. I think.
Oh, really?
I mean, not for prom, but like I remember my first homecoming pictures. I'm in like fucking corduroys and shit.
Yeah.
Like it's some hand-me-down shit.
Yeah.
And I got this girl on my arm, and she's so hot. Like she's so hot, and I'm just sitting there in my corduroys and
Just
like
nothing fitting right.
I remember she was beautiful. I still don't understand how I pulled it off, but like I asked her, and I remember her being like, "Fuck."
Was she out of options? What happened?
I think so. No, I think so. I think it was like one of those where she was like, "All right, I mean, I got to go."
Yeah, my first suit was senior year, and I had to buy that, and it was like mid '90s, so it was like double breasted, like big old shoulders, like just oversized, pleats all down the front of it. Just
Pleats will be back. You should hold on to that suit.
yeah, I wish I could fit in that suit.
Yeah.
Good God.
Those will be
I
back.
think it was my senior year. I went to 2 proms, and the guy at the tuxedo place gave me a discount because the proms were only 2 weeks apart, and I had bought the James Bond, the white jacket, black pants, and had a different.
Isn't this what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
but I had a different cummerbund color
Yeah.
for one of them
Switched it
versus the
up.
other one, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll only charge you half price for the second rental."
There you go.
Just
Thanks a
keep it.
lot.
Same condom.
You know,
Still have it. Unused.
Didn't use it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember in college, like people were buying tuxes because they were like going to weddings and, but like I never did that. And now I'm glad because like every time I was in a wedding, like you had to rent the specific tux anyway. So it's not like one tux is
If
all
you're
the same.
in a wedding, yes.
Yeah. But like you don't really wear tuxes to weddings if you're not in them. Like suits are totally
You just need
acceptable.
you need a black suit.
Yeah,
Because
like-
people are going to get married and people are going to
or
die.
a dark blue suit. Like
yeah.
But the black people die, people get married. You never know when you come across it.
same thing.
You need a black suit. Yeah. Something dies each time, A little something dies each time. I'll
Yeah,
give
but
you that.
I'm trying to think when it was. I mean, because I think, did you do it? But I know, like when
The answer's probably yes.
when the groomsmen and the groom went away from tuxedos and everybody got the same suit.
That's a much better deal.
I did that.
Because it's like
Yeah.
$200 to buy a suit. It's $150
Yeah.
to rent a tux.
Yeah,
Have a suit.
I went to SNK and I had 4 groomsmen, myself, and both dads, because in a Jewish wedding, the dads are part of it. And I said, I want to buy 7 suits. What kind of deal can you get me? He's like, I can give you this suit for $200. And it was like a brown suit with like some tiny little stripes in it. And I said, hey guys, you want to rent a tux for $150 or you want to buy a suit? And everybody's like, I'll buy the suit. Bought
much
the
better.
suits for part of the groom's gift. I gifted everybody the same color shirt and the same tie. Everybody looked good. I dressed it. I had the exact same outfit that the groomsmen had on.
Yep.
We all looked fly. And like, I had buddies. I mean, one of my buddies, a lawyer, and he wore that suit for like 10 years till it was threadbare.
That's the move. I mean,
Yeah.
that is the pro tip for every dude out there who's getting married.
yeah. I was in a wedding.
Do everybody a favor and find a good deal on a suit.
Yeah.
Get a gray suit, brown suit, something that can be worn
Yeah.
time
Yep.
and time again, and just
Because you
Have
know
them
what the
get
worst
that.
part about one of the worst parts about renting a tux is not only do you have to go get fitted and blah blah blah, you got to pay the it's gotten out of hand. Like, it's expensive just to rent one. It always sucked the next day having to piece that motherfucker back together and get it back in
You
a
gotta find
specific
them
time.
little buttons.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
No
The
one can
cufflinks,
find all
the
the
buttons.
Fortunately, though, there's always that one try-hard dude in the group.
Oh, yeah. Who's like
I'll take
keeping
him
up with
back.
it. Yeah.
And you're like, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta have a try-hard in your whole groomsmen
Exactly.
party.
I was in a wedding. Now, granted, it was the guy's second wedding, and we were all a little bit older. But he just said, everybody, if you have a gray suit, wear your gray suit. All you got to do is buy this tie and shirt.
Yeah, that works.
And so,
Yeah, but that can be like gray can cover a lot.
Yeah,
It could be
But
dark.
it was
It could be
pretty
damn
good.
near white.
Yeah.
And get
Yeah.
and everywhere in between.
I have 2 gray suits and they're totally different shades of gray. Like,
There's a summer gray and a winter gray.
yeah, the one I wear now is like a really dark gray, and the other one I had was traditionally like a lighter gray.
Yeah. But they're still useful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good and you can just wear that coat. That is now a sport coat.
Yep.
But then you end up wearing one out more. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. So you're never getting them pants again.
No.
From 95. I mean, tough to find. The only other thing I got this Christmas, I was just thinking about this. I got, familiar with Rodney Scott?
No clue.
Barbecue dude.
Oh, I think I have heard.
James Beard
Yeah.
award-winning barbecue.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to get like the top chef in America award as a barbecue guy?
Because everybody's doing it.
Yeah,
Everybody's trying.
Every podunk town has multiple barbecue places competing. Every big city's got many, barbecue places competing. And this guy has managed to rise up and become James Beard award winning.
Everybody knows like a barbecue place is like the greatest barbecue place, and
Everybody has
and
their-
like every state says their version's the best.
Yeah.
So would you get sauces or meats or?
No, I got his cookbook.
Oh, his cookbook.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
So like I was over the moon like for days because I was off of work,
Oh, nice.
and so I was making like Alabama white sauce one day. I have a gallon of Alabama white sauce.
Oh, I got to
still
get
in
some
my
of that
fridge.
from you because listener Billy loves that stuff.
Oh man, I got plenty.
Yeah.
You should absolutely take some. This is Rodney Scott's version. It's fantastic.
Brendan's got.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Brendan's got the meat sweats, and he's passed out from secondhand bourbon smoke.
I was literally, my wife would come home because she didn't have all the time off that I had. Every day she'd come home, there was some dead animal smoking away in the smoker, and the cookbook is out, and it's already gotten to the point where it already has 2 additions to it, where this is like my version of chicken salad,
Yeah.
because Lord knows we've got a whole chicken that never even got cut last night. Like we ate all the other chicken, but this one,
Yeah.
you got to do something. Like we were eating so much meat.
I'm not a cook, and every time I go to cook from a cookbook, I open it up and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of other shit that goes into this chicken dish. Like, and I don't
Yeah.
even know if we have it. Like, so I close it up and I walk away.
Yeah,
we
head
did-
head up to Publix.
Yeah.
You're like, got it.
You're like, I need a cup of what? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I've never used so much distilled vinegar in my life.
Oh,
Apparently, Rodney Scott likes vinegar in his stuff,
Yeah.
and it actually tastes fine. But I'm already like tweaking recipes. I'm having fun.
we did a whole year and a half of the HelloFresh meals that were delivered. Like everything was pieced out. You know, you just had
like
to put
those
it
a
together.
lot.
So we
Never
did that for
fucked
about a
with
year
any
and a
of them.
half, and that was a year ago. And we just saved all the cards, and now we have our cookbook. So if we just pick out something we want to eat, I just go to the store, buy the stuff, and it's so
Yeah.
much cheaper. I probably got 70, 80 cards.
I feel so fucking stupid right now.
You threw
And-
all those away?
Dude, we eat 3 HelloFresh meals a week.
Then save the cards.
I get it.
I mean, we organize by poultry, meat, veggies, whatever.
Wow.
We have multiple meals where we're like, that may have been the best meal we've ever had. And then we just throw it in the trash. I don't know why it never occurred to me.
Yeah, we got a little.
Damn, Stu taught you something.
No shit.
That should be the name of the episode.
And it's even better now that we don't have, what is it? We don't have food tax on the grocery stores anymore. That went into effect this year.
Stu was right.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. All I need is a trapper keeper and a 3-hole punch.
Yeah.
And I think I got those,
Probably.
which I don't know what to do with.
Now you do.
Is it the Velcro Trapper Keeper?
No, it's unfortunately the crappy.
So it's
But
not
this-
a real trap.
Yeah, it's a 3-ring
Yeah.
binder.
Nice try.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of here.
I said something to my kids the other day. It's like a couple months ago, and they were shopping for like back to school supplies, and I was like, "You gonna get that trapper keeper?" They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah. What are you talking about, Boomer?
I was like, "Trapper keeper."
Dude, kids don't. I don't think kids get shamed for anything like remotely like that anymore. Like,
if you didn't have a trapper keeper, you were a nerd.
if you didn't have decent clothes, decent shoes, cool, even down to the supplies. Like, oh, you have a regular binder, you fucking nerd. Like, come on, who gives a shit about a binder?
Or
you know?
That not a
Did you guys go-
Ticonderoga pencil?
Exactly.
Or the what was it? The brown bag making your book cover. Like you used to see and all the chicks would like just make these.
Oh, well, if you were
artwork.
rich, you buy like the contact paper version and like really trick it out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like my kids go to school looking like they threw a grenade in the closet. It went off. They jumped up, arms and legs akimbo, and just whatever fell on them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, by the time I was in third grade, I was like, I'm not wearing anything with a hole in it. I have to like color coordinate my clothes. Like I got to buy some decent brand. Like, Mom, I can't be buying the Walmart shit and the Old Glory. Like, we
And
gotta
God
go to
forbid
a
if you're
store.
guy or girl and your socks didn't match.
Oh yeah, my kids wear mismatched socks. They wear Crocs. They don't care. They don't care what they look like.
Dude, Crocs are heinous. Well, you know what? No, it somehow has made it.
I know
Stood the test of time. No. I don't.
I
think
bet
so.
you. Can I get a guess?
Yeah, but it won't be what I'm in the topic, but I'm shifting from clothes.
I was going to say JanSport back.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Boom.
Objection!
No, there it is.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
Stu was right twice. Is now the new name of the episode.
Oh yeah, but
No, JanSport backpacks. Like my daughter tore open her backpack, and I was like, well, because you don't have a JanSport. And she was like, what's a JanSport? And I like showed her on Amazon. She was like, man, everyone has those. I was like, yeah, because that's the back. You spend $10 more.
yeah,
But I don't have to do this again.
yeah,
right.
The JanSport has managed to stay cool.
But when we were
Stu
kids,
was right twice. Hey, Stu, +2.
there you go. But the thing was, when we were kids, if you didn't have a JanSport, you got mocked relentlessly. Now it's like, you don't have one. Okay, move along.
Yeah, but it's still a thing.
It's still a thing,
Yeah.
but it's
Somehow
not like
they're still a thing. Like JanSport, the dorkiest of all the crap. Because back when we were kids, JanSport was just like, no, you're getting a JanSport. And it was like, oh, crap. Somehow they've maintained.
I remember like I had to have one. Like it was cool. And it was like it was expensive. It was like $30 back in the day.
Yeah.
But it lasted all
They're still
year.
$30.
Yeah.
I know. I just bought one.
You know what was stupid? And I don't know if the kids still do this, is wearing your backpack with one shoulder strap.
Bro, I still do that.
It's the most inefficient thing ever. Put the other shoulder strap on.
It's awesome. I take it you never wore it on your front either.
No.
Super cool, dude.
Yeah.
You're fun.
I see because I happened to go watch a couple basketball games in high school for the kids. The athletes are the ones wearing the two backpacks because they got all their athletic gear in one, and so they're like front backpack.
Oh, you see, they actually need it. No, I'm
Yeah.
just saying I wore front,
Just
so when I'm coming towards you, I look like an athlete.
Because you were crisscross.
Yeah,
That's basically it.
hoodie over your face,
Yeah. That's how I rolled.
crisscross.
No, but I did. I always wore the, always one arm. I still one arm it unless I'm like doing something. But
If I carry a backpack, it has stuff in it. Like I carry a backpack for work and it's weighted down. Like, so I need to have both arms in it, chest strap connected. Like,
I usually have a watch or a bracelet on, so I throw it on my right shoulder, but like on my left, it's always like catching. And I'm like, screw this. So,
Well, so you probably see it too, and you may notice this, Troy. But when you're flying, or if you see more people in what I would say the, work mode, where using backpacks instead of the old, a duffel bag or a briefcase or things like that. It's like, that's what their work thing is.
I think the best trend that I've started seeing in the airports is when people are going on vacation, and the guy has his Yeti soft side cooler as his luggage.
oh, that's pretty genius.
And I'm like, that guy is so smart. Like,
Yeah.
He's just got all his clothes in his Yeti soft side cooler. He's just carrying it around. He gets there, he pulls all the shit out, fills it with ice, and
Or I guess you could do it with the backpack version too.
yeah, that's
anything
what,
is-
I
yeah.
see more
Yeah.
people do. And so Yeti, in fact, over time, now they sell luggage,
We have
and it's
Nice.
mad expensive.
Oh, what? Huh?
But it costs more almost
Yeah.
than the cooler. Just buy the soft-sided cooler.
And the luggage isn't even a cooler. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Can't double time.
yeah, at least this way, when I see the dude walking with his soft-sided cooler through the airport, I'm
Yeah.
like, you get it.
Yeah.
Like, you
That is
said,
genius.
I want a cooler.
Just
and
got to
my
remember to
luggage.
dry that thing out the night before you leave. Come back.
But think about this. If you bought luggage and a shitty cooler, you could just buy a Yeti soft-sided cooler.
Yeah.
Well, no more luggage issues.
on that vein, my piece of advice for anybody going on vacation to anywhere.
You would
is
know. I'm going to
take-
listen here.
Yeah.
Take your Yeti cup. Take your full, like your Yeti double-sided
Absolutely.
mug, because you go to these all-inclusive.
Can you go through security with
Yeah,
it?
empty. Yeah. I mean, you can go through security
throw it
with
in
your
my backpack.
You can
Okay,
go through
take it
security
empty,
with a-
don't-
Yeah, I just throw it in my back.
Dude, that thing is my sippy cup. Like,
Yeah.
I literally have that thing going. It goes with me everywhere I go all day, every day.
Because if you don't have one of those, when the guy from the Tiki Hut brings you a drink to the beach, it's already melted and done.
Yeah.
You just hand him your Yeti, and he just keeps coming back. It's cold. It stays.
Have you
and
seen
you
the
get
new? So the Yeti Rambler, I'm sure most people are familiar with it. It's a straight cylinder, and the top has like a little handle that you twist to
Yeah.
open it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Yeti Rambler series. They're just straight cylinder.
It's a
whereas-
big water bottle.
Yeah. But now, so they used to sell an accessory that cost almost as much as the cup, and it was called a chug top.
Was that the one that holds a couple shots in it or something?
No. So this is like, it screws in, and it's
and it's got a screw little opening, and that's the magnet that stays on the other side.
it doesn't have a
on the top.
magnet opening. It's like an actual, it's like a nipple, for lack of
Yeah.
a better, but it's a wide open nipple. So
Yeah.
like, but it shuts the, I don't know, it's like an inch wide opening. They
Yeah.
called it the
Yeah.
chug top, and it almost cost as much as the damn Rambler, and you would screw it in.
My kid has a water bottle, one of those. I don't know if it's a Yeti, but I know what you're talking about.
Well, now when you buy a Rambler, it comes with it because it became such a popular accessory that Yeti couldn't think how to upgrade this thing because they were.
You can either take the entire lid off and fill it with ice and water, or just the little lid off
To drink out.
and
Yeah,
drink
but
out
so
of
now
it.
when you unscrew the lid, there's that chug top
Yeah.
already there, and then you would have to unscrew that to put ice in and everything.
Yeah.
But now that they have that, like I got some for my kids, just like as like a throwaway. I was like, hey, this is kind of dope. Now I'm watching them use it every day, and I was like, I want that so bad because you can like fill it with coffee.
Yeah.
You can take coffee with you all day and have hot
It's
coffee.
big.
You can get it in
Oh, you can get it in different sizes?
24, 36, or no, 26 is the middle, which is
30.
kind of like the perfect
Yeah.
size. Then they have the big giant one, but you can't get that in a backpack. So
Or
I'm
in a
like,
Yeah.
cup holder.
Because the big
Yeah.
giant one I have, it's got the little screw top that comes off. It's magnet. It sticks to the other side of the top.
yeah, those are the old school. This chug top is a game changer.
Okay.
This thing's sweet because now you can pour stuff out
Yeah.
of it and stuff, but the ice stays in. It's
I'd never been in a Yeti shop until I went to Charleston, and they had one on the corner down there.
yeah.
It was
Troy's got a
huge. That
Yeti
was-
shop that he goes to down by his lake
Yeah,
house.
Lake
Oh,
Gas
yeah?
and Outfitters
And then
has
I mean-
all the Yeti gear.
When you get in a place that has all the Yeti stuff,
It's
they
wild.
I mean, they should just charge you a cover because you're not leaving without spending money.
Yeah, your credit card's just melting.
Yeah. You walk in, they'll be like, this $50 cover, and we'll put it towards whatever you buy.
We go into Lake Gas and Outfitters a couple times a year, and like we never like the amount of money we've spent there is so minimal because it's like one of those stores where it's only high end, like only top notch.
Yeah, there's no
all the
cheap shit.
gear.
Yeah.
Everything they have is super expensive. Like we bought a candle there, like a small candle was like $28. It's like
Yeah.
just nothing cheap at all. But like it's all super top notch.
But it's great stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to buy something because
Yeah.
you know where to go. You're like, I know where it is.
Yeah, every few visits, we're like, we gotta buy something. We can't just walk around again.
Now they follow you around. They're like, they must be stealing. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to show a pre-approval letter that you got credit.
Yeah,
Here's my credit app.
Dude, they
I'll be
sell
back
like
tomorrow.
the stand-up paddle boards they have, like in kayaks and stuff, are like just amazing, like crazy, like stuff that like has paddles underneath of it now, where you can like walk on it like a treadmill and fucking propel yourself.
Those
like,
things are awesome.
Yeah.
Hobie makes one where you sit in it and it's got like
Yep,
little
yep.
pedals you just push.
Oh,
And
for
that
like-
bitch just drives you around.
Yeah,
They're very cool.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
Oh man, speaking of driving around, this is a sad topic. I know this week in sports we all saw Monday night.
yeah.
Yep.
And that was
No fun.
I didn't see it because I don't have ESPN, but I got a bunch of texts and looked it up and was like, oh, snap.
I saw it live and I was like, I rewound and I was like, why is this taking so long? That hit wasn't much. And then I rewound and actually got to finally see the footage where he stood up
and then
DeMar just falls back like boom. And it's like, yo, that was super creepy. Like when you see it. And that was crazy. But I mean, it sounds like he's doing okay.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like get ahead of us. I know we're recording, but it sounds like he's progressing in the right direction.
Yeah, today they put something out that he woke up, and Stu can talk about things. Stu heard about it.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't speak, but he woke up. They're saying he's neurologically intact and that he wrote on a piece of paper, the first thing he said was, who won? And they're like, well, and they responded by saying, well, you won life. Don't worry about the game.
You know, who is it that got canceled for even bringing up the
Skip
outcome?
Bayless?
So now we got to put DeMar in the Skip Bayless camp because he was asking about the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
So we need to cancel him.
Yeah.
We need to cancel him. So Skip Bayless
Yeah.
and DeMar Hamlin are canceled.
Yeah, Skip Bayless. He was questioned. He live tweeted while it was happening, like, what are they going to do about the game? You know, they need to play it, even though it seems irrelevant at this time. And he got blasted. And
Which is kind of an interesting way to put it. Like, he's just calling out that the game was important, and clearly we shouldn't play it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
Yeah.
But fuck him, he's out.
I am not a Skip Bayless fan. I definitely think
Skip Bayless is a twat.
He's a troll. I mean,
Yeah, he sucks.
But I honestly, like, I don't think what he said was that bad. He was saying what most people were thinking. Like, holy cow, this is two top-notch teams that are going to have an outcome on the rest of the season. What do you do?
That will impact things.
Yeah.
I mean, my gut reaction at the time was, all right, that's a tie. Move on. Like, don't play. Just give it a tie. And there, no one's talking about that angle. I think just it's a tie.
No
Move
one's
on.
talking about my Super Bowl fantasy where Josh Allen was my quarterback.
And the toilet bowl in this league also
Was affected by
we
it.
need an outcome. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know if Ely won or lost. Technically, I'm looking at it and I'm like, Ely's gonna win.
So Yahoo, when I checked like Wednesday, Yahoo was like, congratulations on your second place finish. Like, it called the game. And it did say like,
Unless
this score could change if something changes, blah, 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 blah. But luckily I was going to lose my game no matter what. So I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's very interesting because that was a playoff. Like, that game had playoff implications. And
for sure.
Like, where do they? And they're not going to replay it. They already said they're not going to have it.
Yeah, they're not going to have
Oh,
time.
they've decided?
But yeah, the NFL said they're not going to play it.
I don't see how you could unless you push back the entire playoffs, which
Yeah.
I think actually logical because that week we put between
the Super Bowl and the
extra
end of
week,
Yeah.
that is pointless.
Yeah.
We do that just so that they can hype it up more and we can
Yeah.
have bullshit. Like, screw that. No one wants to watch the Pro Bowl.
But I've always been against the extended. I'm against the fact that they extended the whole season. Like, these guys don't need to play more games. It's too hard.
They're not playing more games.
Yeah,
Still the same amount of games.
no, they added a game.
They took it. There's only
No,
three
I know
preseason.
they added a game, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
if we replay this game, they should only play 3 quarters.
I know, but I'm saying, but
technically-
anyway, I'm saying we're getting ready to go into the last week of regular season, which is a new week.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's week 17.
Yeah. This is a new.
Yeah.
This is new
See,
to us.
I would
This is
be
our first
I would be a
time.
proponent for 2 instead of 1, 2 bye weeks. No more games, but extend the season.
Yeah.
You know, so you get a little bit more watch time instead of
more
making the guy.
rest.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
guys
I'm
get
okay
more
with
rest.
adding another bye week. What do I care?
Yeah, so
Add
Then I
three,
get to watch
add
more
3 or
football.
4. Stretch the season out over 6 months.
Yeah, let's NBA playoff this bitch.
Yeah.
well, no, if
NBA
they,
playoffs start, and then
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
3 months later, and you're like, we have a champ.
Yeah.
but to your point, if they added a bye week, then maybe Wooden would have to skip that week before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Just keep playing straight.
Yeah, it's. But I mean,
Still
look,
the
I'm
same
glad
time,
I'm glad he's doing better. But that actually isn't the sports thing that I was bringing up. We lost Ken Block this week. And
Yeah,
I don't know-
crazy.
Dude, that
Snowmobile.
was crazy.
And like,
man.
we're not talking. People are talking about Jeremy Renner getting run over by a snowplow, and I can only imagine how much cocaine he had in his system that he lived.
How does
through
that happen? Yeah.
Like,
they said
what
he
the-
was helping a neighbor.
Yeah.
and
I know,
use it
I'm
as his
making
own
a
thing. But no, I was
Bad
like, yeah.
Jeremy Renner joke.
But you can't run. He ran over himself. That's
Dude,
not.
yeah. No, well, apparently how that one happened is he jumped out of the snowplow and either forgot to
Fell
put it in
under it
park
or something?
or it malfunctioned. And when it started going, he ran to jump back in
Oh.
to shut
Yeah.
it down. And it was somewhere in that transition
yeah.
where he
Transition.
slipped or fell or something happened. Then he got run over. So like, but it sounds like he's going to make it, which is crazy because you see the size of that plow.
I didn't see it. Was it a big one?
Holy crap! The military envies his plow.
Oh shit!
The guy was like, "That is a plow."
I thought I heard where he might lose a leg or something. Was it that bad or
He
no?
said it was, well, he was critical. His face looks beat up, but
it looked. That's a huge plow. Like if he got run over by that. But
I texted some buddies about the Ken Block thing, and they were like, and one guy was like, "Never heard of him." I'm like, dude, you're missing out, dude.
Ken Block. I have spent more hours watching Jim Connor videos.
Those Jim Connor videos never get old.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What he can do with a car, could do with a car, was mind blowing.
I can never look at him without seeing the dude from the state.
The state. I don't know the state.
The state, the MTV comedy troupe.
Never watched it.
Oh, dude, I gotta look this guy up because he looks just like him.
But I am like,
He's an actor. He's been in some like other movies.
I'm shocked that
one of the
less
funny
of-
ones was him taking, what's the guy from Friends? Joe, the guy who played Joey.
oh yeah, because that
He
was
took him around Europe. He was like trying to tour Italy or wherever.
well, that
it
was probably was that due to a Top Gear?
No, maybe, but he just pulls up in that car, and he
Yeah.
picks up the guy Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, because
And he
Matt
gets in-
LeBlanc did a season.
Kim
of,
Marino.
okay.
Actually, his name's Ken.
Oh,
He looks like
Oh,
Ken
that's
Block.
funny. He's like a less badass version of Ken Block. That is like the corporate version of Ken Block. That's Kenneth.
Yeah.
Kenneth Bloke.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Ken Block thing, man. Like I always said,
I think
no one's really talking about that, and because I know it got overshadowed by a lot of other things, and I'm not taking away from that. But like Ken Block was a badass, and I think
more people have seen his
the
stuff,
Hoonigan stuff without
his
even
stuff
knowing.
with
it.
who's
yeah,
behind
yeah.
the wheel.
Yeah,
They don't know the name, and they're
they
like,
think
"Oh,
he's the fucking Stig.
Yeah, like that's awesome."
Ken Block. Like those, if you haven't had a chance to even look up Ken Block, like if you're hearing this name for the first time,
Do yourself a favor.
Enjoy it.
Look up Hoonigan,
Look up Jim Connor.
look up Jim Connor. And
There's like 10 or
see-
11 of them.
Yeah, go watch what this
They're like
dude
10,
can do.
15 minutes a piece.
He just did one recently with an all electric car.
Oh,
It was
I haven't seen
It was
that
the
one.
last thing he did in Vegas, and the way he threw this thing around a turn, because you have all that instant torque.
Yeah.
Holy crap. He was able to go out, instead of drifting it, like he just went out and threw in reverse and came back and spun it back. Like it was
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
things he
That
could
Travis Pastrana one was badass.
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
so
was good
many
too.
great Jim Connor videos that you can just spend hours like.
He shuts down an entire city and drives like a fucking bat out of hell around the entire city.
You see the one in Detroit? They didn't
Yeah.
even have to shut it down. they called the mayor. The mayor said, "Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you were here?
Yeah, just do it.
You haven't
Whatever."
done it yet?
Yeah, trust me, we're not open.
Nobody's allowed to drive anyways.
Yeah, we just used to make cars. We don't actually have people on the roads. Yeah, no, he's amazing. The things he has done, and then
Yeah, send the guy like 100 yards ahead. You'll be fine.
and you think about, he's done snowboarding, skateboarding.
I didn't know he had done all that other stuff.
Yeah, man, he's done
Rally car driving.
rally car driving. He's won in so many different rally car
Yeah.
series. If you
Yeah.
go down the line, I mean, it's insane what that guy
Well, he
has
did-
done. And then to create that whole Hoonigan lifestyle, he invented fucking DC shoes.
Yeah.
Back when he was like a
Yep.
skater and snowboarder, he was like,
Yep.
hey, you know what we need? Something to compete with these other brands. So like he was hip before
Because they were
anyone
like
knew
the
his
first
name.
skate shoe.
Yeah, there was Vans.
Yeah.
which was always like the skate shoe, but no one was like, no, we're gonna make like
They
a
were like
shoe
the
that's
skate shoe, but they weren't making shoes for skating. They were like the Outcast brand that skaters adopted. Where
Yes.
DC was like, no, this shoe is for skateboarding.
We're like, we are a skate shoe.
Yeah.
Like first
And
foremost.
lifestyle brand.
But they changed it up in the sense like they went bulkier, they went bigger, and
Yeah.
like it kind of changed the look of the skate shoe because Vans were it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you had DC,
Yeah.
which was more aggressive, and he
'Cause he
was
was
part
it.
of that,
He
and he
was-
sold that, years ago, so he could focus on the Hoonigan stuff.
Yeah.
Well, last year he did his first Pikes Peak run. He was set to do it again because that's what.
Do you see
that's in
that when he
January.
comes around the edge,
Oh,
he
yeah.
swings that bitch out, and the tire, half the tire is spitting gravel off the
Yeah.
edge of Pikes Peak as he catches it. And they did a documentary on the making of that.
Yeah.
And you watch how many times he did it, and like he would come around, and they'd be like like your tire's right there, but it's not
Quite,
over the
yeah.
edge. And he'd be like, I'm doing it again.
Yeah.
And he kept going back there like, you're going to kill yourself. And he's like, nope, not till I'm 55.
Well,
right.
I was listening to
He's a prophet.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it, and they basically said, well, you know, and it was Corolla, and he goes, I know nothing about what happened, but you have to know if it's Ken Block on a snowmobile, he wasn't just riding across a plane.
No.
Like he's doing some badass shit with it.
There's
He
actually
dragged.
some video.
He's sitting it, I'm sure.
There's video because I think it was like 2 or 3 of them that were out there. There's video of him riding the snowmobile, and they cut it off. Like this is like before he got hurt.
Did you see? You and I were watching it. Weren't you and I watching the X Games at my house where the snowmobile fell on the dude
and crushed the guy,
and crushed him? He got up and then collapsed.
Yeah. Same
issue.
as the DeMar thing. Like it just.
We were watching
Crazy.
that live,
And we were like, yo, that dude just died.
we were like, that dude got smashed. And he popped up, and we're like, okay, and then back down he went. Like,
Yep.
holy shit, he's dead.
Yeah. Like that was. But that's the kind of shit Ken Block would do. You know, I got crushed by a 4-wheeler once doing that.
I think a lot of people our age have had a 4-wheeler or
Yeah.
a 3-wheeler fall on them doing something.
I was flying through a field and there was like tall grass.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that a tree had been cut down and
Yep.
a stump just left in that field. And I'm like, yeah. And I hit that stump full bore, bent the whole frame,
Yeah.
flipped the 4-wheeler, and it landed right on top of me, just crushed me. Fortunately, it just rolled off.
Yeah.
But that's basically my understanding of the Ken Block thing is it was like the wreck didn't get him. It was the snowmobile coming
top
down
of him.
on him.
That's how Leroy Moore died from Dave Matthews Band on a 4-wheeler.
On a 4-wheeler.
Tearing through a field and hit a trench and ate shit.
That's right. And then we lost him.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, awesome shit is dangerous.
Yes.
If it's fun, it's no good.
Speaking of dangerous, when I was out in Tennessee, we were on the interstate and a damn side-by-side blew by us going like 65. They're street legal, which I've seen them street legal in certain parts of the world, but usually like 35 and under, 45 and under, not on the damn interstate. Can you imagine?
Well, what do you mean
That's
side-by-side?
that's a Tennessee law.
Yeah, it's a Tennessee
The
law.
side by side ATV, like
ATV.
it's a 4-wheeler with a cage, seats 4, maybe 2,
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
side by side.
Down
It's like,
the
like
interstate.
a much faster gator.
Yeah.
don't even-
It is a gator.
Yeah,
But now they make some of
they
them with
make
the
them
big knobby tires.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Imagine that blowing by you on the interstate.
That's not cool.
What if you got that thing sideways?
Well, you can't get it sideways. Once it goes sideways, it just rolls.
It's going to roll.
It's because it's got a roll cage.
And it's got knobby tires. It's not like there's street tires on it.
No. It can't
Just blowing
handle it.
down the road.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
We got to talk about your Gatlinburg trip. But I do need to get a deli in.
It's deli time. Where is the deli?
47. Oh, on top of the keg under there.
it says Tennessee allows UTVs and all other off-highway
It
vehicles.
sounds like you found it because I heard
How
a
many
shit.
were there?
There were 3.
We only need 2. I'll leave the dropped one.
Well, put it back in the fridge because this is going to.
Obviously.
This has the potential to win a deli. And I got to give a shout out here. I got to give a shout out to Mike who brought these by. This is 2 weeks in a row that Mike has been
A hero.
our hero. So he came in last
There
week.
goes my hero.
Why did I bring a? Oh, this is your cup. I was
Yeah.
like, why do I have an extra cup in front of me? Yeah. So last week, Mike came by,
Saved the day.
was the adjudicator right at the end for the holiday drink challenge. Saved our ass. We needed him.
Yeah.
This is a good can.
He came by, and then I was outside taking down Christmas lights, and all of a sudden he comes up. I have like my headphones on. I got the podcast
Yeah.
going. I was listening to Inside the Pallet House. It's my favorite podcast. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you should. And so I'm listening to it. Actually, I was listening to something else. But all of a sudden, like I hear something, and he's like right by me, and he's like, I didn't want to like roll up and freak you out because I know you have your headphones on. And I was like, oh yeah, good call. He like waited till he was in my field of vision.
Yeah.
Where he was like, hey. I was like, oh, and he was like, hey man, I tried this beer the other day, and I feel like you guys should deli it. I was like, all right. So this is called the Not Quite Yeti.
It's got a picture of Sasquatch in a referee shirt, and he's got a sign that says "On strike, no scabs." Small batch craft beer brewed and canned in Taney, Maryland. 16 fluid ounces of monstrous missed opportunities.
Yeah, I don't even.
Chocolate, coffee, and vanilla golden stout 5.5.
Golden stout with all of those flavors. And when I just poured yours,
What's
Troy,
it look like?
I just poured Troy's. You can look at it. It's like a.
It looks like a regular.
It looks like a regular
almost.
beer, yeah.
Yeah, like.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just golden.
I mean, it's in the ballpark of a dark.
It's a little
regular
darker.
beer.
It's a little darker.
I can smell that.
Okay, smells weird. Smelled a little bit like a baby diaper.
I don't know. I get a little toffee. Like it's maybe it's the coffee.
Cute baby's diaper.
Cute baby. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
I definitely feel like a little Dumb and Dumber when he drinks the urine. What you sipping on there? Some of my grandpa's cough syrup?
Okay, I can tell you the first sip. It's not for me.
First sip's got a strong middle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the middle rises up. I don't know what that is. Because you're right, on the back end, it's like caramel and toffee, and it's nice. But that middle, it's like the initial taste is like, the middle's like, and the end is like, ah. There you go. That's how I described it.
There
With
you
sounds.
It's got a lot of, I mean, whatever it is, it's got a lot of flavor for a 5%.
Did you say Mike liked this?
He literally said to me, I will tell you nothing about how I feel about this
Oh,
beer.
wow.
Oh, okay.
And
But
I
he
go,
brought it, so I'm thinking if he gave us 3 and it's a 4-pack, he had one.
No, he didn't. He
Oh,
said
okay.
strangely, he goes, hey, do you have any more of those beers? I got some guys that'd like to try it. And they were like, oh, we're all sold out. And then the waitress came back by and was like, strangely, there's a 3-pack. She was like, I'll give you a discount. He was like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
So he picked these at a restaurant? Where did he pick them up from?
At the brewery.
Oh, at the brewery.
In Maryland.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Was he in Maryland?
He had to have been.
Not necessarily. I mean, you can
Well,
buy.
I think he said he was at the brewery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess another brewery wouldn't.
Yeah.
Wouldn't sell
Hey,
it.
you know what's better than our beer?
Is it?
Well, I don't know. I'm working through that.
Is this
The first taste was not.
is that
Second
the name
taste
of the
was
brewery?
much better.
Brewery Fire? That's the name of the brewery?
So what's on the side of it?
Yeah, BF.
Because it just says canned and brewed in Taney Town, Maryland.
That has a real tart aftertaste that I am not enjoying.
I tell you, that gets loads better as you drink it. To me, like that first sip was very. And it's
I'm
just-
starting to get nothing. Like I'm starting to get more and more just like all vanilla.
Yeah, no, it's starting to. It has changed dramatically from the front.
Tastes hoppy at the end,
Like
Yeah, but when I
but
breathe,
stouty too.
but breathe in through your mouth, it's like it's a whole different weird. It's damn near minty.
I don't like the mouthfeel on it, or not the mouthfeel. I don't like the aftertaste.
it's not going away.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Aftertaste holds on to
Long time.
the detriment of its overall score.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I wanted to like this because Mike brought it, and he's obviously a saint.
I actually, the more I drink it, the more it's mellowing out to the point that I do like it. It's the aftertaste that's going to hold me back.
I'm still getting them. It's the flavor's mellowing out. Like I'm getting that more and more vanilla up front, but it's still pungent in the middle. It's leaving me like it just you get the flavor and it just rises up, and then it's the aftertaste.
I definitely am tasting all of it. Like I'm tasting the coffee, vanilla, chocolate. Like it's all there, and the malt.
Well,
Monstrous missed
let's
opportunities.
see here.
Weird thing to say. Unless that's a play on the Yeti.
Yeah, you missed it. Everybody's trying, but you missed the Yeti.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting better, and I haven't had a whole one, but you poured me a generous pour. It's gotten better.
No, it's hands down better than that first taste is a shocker.
Yeah.
And by shocker, I do mean 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Yeah.
It is a shocker.
And even if you don't have pink.
And now
it's going there.
it's really mellowed to one in the pink, one in the steak.
Let's see what we can find here.
Oh, Stu's looking it up. He's actually doing a little
what?
Little producing.
Yeah, trying. Let's see here.
You're not getting paid, Stu.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot down this.
Just because you got a Christmas bonus. That is something else. It's definitely not like, now my memory sucks, but it's definitely nothing. It's not reminding me of anything else. It's its own thing.
Oh, it's its own thing. And I wonder what the reference is to why this Yeti's wearing
A referee.
a referee jersey with the thing that says "On strike, no scabs." I mean, it's definitely a reference to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
something.
local thing that we're not privy to.
Is that close to the Commanders?
I mean, everything in
Territory?
Maryland's not too far away.
I mean, technically, their stadium is in Maryland.
Yeah, but Maryland claims the Ravens.
Well, I would too.
Yeah.
Why would you want a team with a legacy steeped in racism?
Yeah. And that sucks, more importantly.
Yeah. I mean, that's horrible.
I know. I've never understood how Virginia claims the Commanders.
Well, Virginia's steeped in racism too.
Okay.
The capital of the
There's
state.
that.
Well, Troy, you want to go ahead and give us your opinion first? Because
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, go
not.
for it.
I wanted to like it, but I don't. I don't like it. I couldn't drink a whole one. I don't.
no, sir,
think.
I don't like it.
I do not. It's got a lot going on, and I think maybe it has too much going on. It's not like spit out bad, but it's a 2.
Oh boy, that is spit out bad. A 2.
A 2.5's average.
I understand that, but 2.
I don't think it's even average. Like an average
I
beer.
got what 2 meant.
An average beer means I'm going to drink the whole thing in my scoring book.
Yes, and a 2 is
Below that.
if you.
Yeah.
It all adds up. The numbers add up. Numbers don't lie, Troy.
Yep. I'm a numbers guy.
So you're going with 2.
I was trained by the Abacus. Yeah. I don't see any redeeming qualities there.
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off that. There is so much going
A
on.
lot going on.
So I wouldn't know how to necessarily define this to somebody to say, hey, if you like this or this or this, then go for this beer. I could finish a whole one. I wouldn't drink a second one. I'm going to give it the extra half because I really like
And I
the-
also wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that a 2.5 is average, but I'm going to give it. I like the marketing and just the fun play on the artwork. So, if you like chocolate followed by a lot of vanilla with a tang that's going to stick in the back of your mouth forever, this is the beer for
You'll
you.
love this.
So, now that they said it out loud, I'm going to stick with Troy and say it's a 2.
Boy. So I'm going to deviate from you guys, but not a ton.
Okay.
Not a ton. But I'm not. I'm actually
4.5.
Yeah, not a ton,
Yeah.
but it's my favorite beer I've ever had.
I will only drink this from here
That's a
on out.
5.
Objection! Hearsay!
Okay. In
All right.
retrospect, I'll take it back a little.
Counsel, thank you.
Yeah. If I've been objected to. No,
And I wish I could find more. Like their website's not very great about it. There's not a whole lot on Untapped about it.
Here's what I love about this beer. Let me give you what I love about it.
Mike brought it.
Bingo.
For one. Yeah. 2, the smell is
The one you said was a baby's diaper.
Yeah.
That's what you enjoy
no,
about
'cause,
it.
All right, that's like a sweet smell. I wasn't talking a pooped in baby's diaper, you dirty son of a bitch.
What other kind of diaper is there?
When you
A clean one, you know.
when you
Clean
open
diaper.
a Pampers,
Okay.
there's like a sweet smell. And
I'll take your word.
Most people go to the panty bin. He's
Yeah.
in there with the baby diapers
Yeah.
based in it.
I'm just saying, there is a look. They make those diapers smell sweet because they know that they're going to smell like shit literally soon enough.
Oh my god!
So what's funny about this beer is on the nose,
Right.
it's really like sweet and bright. Is the smell? Smell it. It's sweet and bright.
Yeah, and then somebody took a shit in it.
No, it's
No,
the
yeah,
rest
it
of the
does.
beer.
It does smell.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like sweet and bright, and then you have it,
Somebody shit.
and it's chocolatey. and vanilla-y, and it's like, and coffee like really comes through. So it's like it totally deviates from the stink, and that's what I find so interesting about it is how bright the smell is. Versus
I thought it smelled just like coffee almost when I cracked it.
Then when you drink it, it has all the characteristics of a stout, which is funny because it pours.
Doesn't pour like one.
Yeah. But then it has like the chocolate and the coffee, that little bit of vanilla, but it's like a bitch version of a stout.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like mellowed out. The problem this beer has is that its aftertaste holds on. That's the only thing that I would actually score against it.
So you like the front taste in the middle?
I
like all that?
I
Okay.
do. It's the aftertaste that's holding me back.
Yeah.
And if the aftertaste,
The aftertaste doesn't taste like the beer itself either.
No.
It tastes like the can.
Yeah. It's very
aftertaste,
tart.
yeah, it's like a tart. Actually, you know what it is? It's bitter, like a true cocoa nib kind of like bitterness,
Yeah.
like a chocolate bitterness.
No
Like
sugar.
a 80% cacao.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no-
like
no
a
sugar,
dark
no milk.
ass chocolate. Like if you didn't have any sugar in a chocolate,
Yeah.
it would be very bitter. That is what the aftertaste is here, and I'm just not a huge fan of that,
Or a coffee with no sugar.
Right.
which it's also trying to do.
I'm just curious, did Mike say these were cold purchased? And I mean, I'm curious if there was any temperature differential between getting them down here.
You can try to look for reasons why it ended up as a 2, but the reality is, it's
I don't
probably
think
just a
that
2.
I don't think that
That affects
beer
it.
affects that temperature change affects beer like that. Where light does, I definitely believe. But like
Over time, light.
yeah,
certainly does.
you're not gonna sell me on like this beer's brewed cold and it stays cold all the time. Like I'm not buying that. Get out of here, Coors.
Yeah, for me, I think this beer actually is. I think you guys went the wrong way on the 2.5. I think it's a 3. It's got good flavor. I like the chocolate.
You can be wrong.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If it didn't have that aftertaste, this could be a 3.5. This could be borderline, but that aftertaste is a killer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we have an extra one because I'd like Mike to drink it and see what he. Well, I guess he had it there.
Yeah, and
He
thought enough
probably
of it
does
to-
like it.
Well, he probably had it on a draft.
You know, you're probably
I
right.
think that changes it.
Definitely.
Change the aftertaste 1,000. Yeah, like, for sure.
Interesting.
I almost said 1,000%, but I'm getting so annoyed with people
Yeah.
who give me anything more than 100%. Like, it's starting to really bug me. It didn't used to bug me, but now when someone says 110%, I'm like, dude, oh, you're just showing like.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I'm doing so much math homework with like 3rd graders,
Yeah.
or like I guess now like 7th graders, but like. I'm like, that's not physically possible. So I'm having to like look at
Well,
things.
and you know too, like when someone says they're giving 110, you're like, motherfucker, you're giving me 70%. Don't even lie. Like you're straight up lying.
Yeah.
You're not gonna give me 110.
You can't.
First off, you can't.
You
Secondly,
can't.
you're not giving me 100. You're
No,
not
but if
giving
you
me
say
80.
I'm giving you 100%, I'm like, he might be giving me 100%. You say 110, I'm like, I'm taking the 10 off. 90's at the best.
Yeah.
Right.
You say 150%, like you are now literally giving me 50%.
Yeah.
Whatever you put over 100,
I'm taking off.
I subtract
Back it out.
So 1,000% means
negative 900%.
I'm just watching everybody.
Yeah, this is a 3 for me. So we got a 2, and a 3. So we're like a 2.25,
yeah,
2.33.
233.
Boy.
Well,
Hey,
if you're
Mike,
ever in
Mike, I
Tanny-
do want to give a shout out to you. Thank you so much for bringing
We
it in.
appreciate it.
But unfortunately, it didn't go the way that I really thought we had a deli on our hands. But the back of my mouth.
Oh, Adam reached out after our second deli they gave us that Stu poo-pooed all over. That
Yeah.
was going the deli route until Stu stepped in.
Was he furious?
He was like, "Oh man, Stu ruined it." He was like, "I thought for sure that was going to be a deli." I said, "Well, you know, Stu." I said he drinks White Claws.
Here's the funny thing about delis, and this is the truth. I have had beers that I have enjoyed the shit out of. And then we get them under the microscope. That is
Yeah,
the microphone in front of you.
Right.
we're probably harsher on them.
I'm 100 times harsher on them.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you
Are you 110%?
No.
No.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. Yeah, just 100.
100% harsher.
Okay.
A hundy.
Yeah, I'm glad. I wasn't even thinking about that conversation you just had a moment ago. I'm really glad I didn't exaggerate that shit. No, I've had that where I've had a beer where I'm like, that's my favorite beer. And then we get it in the deli and I'm like, 2.5.
Yeah.
It's weird how
It
that
happens.
works.
It
It's
happens.
just the microscope of like really tasting it and
Yeah, but that's
slowing down.
That's the advantage of having 3, 4, 5 taste buds on a beer. It's going to go all over the place because people are different taste buds.
Oh,
Yep.
that's why we do it. But then, like, when you're amongst your peers and you're tasting it, you really do want to do right. You're like, okay, I'm really going to take the time.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm just with myself,
That's awesome.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in a brewery and I'm drinking, I'm laughing, and it's just me putting back a beer. I think about it for 2 seconds and I go, I'm either in or I'm out. And that's it.
Well, and your atmosphere and all that plays a part in it unknowingly.
Yeah.
Like
Whereas,
if you're having a blast with some buddies, like,
but this place is boring as shit. So it's like you really have to focus.
no, you're right. Like we're in a lab. Like we are literally, when we get to deli time, it's
For those 10 minutes,
Yeah.
it is a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm really
I mean,
thinking
people
about.
don't really get to see us put our coats on and then take them
Yeah.
off.
But do you ever
The
sit
goggles seem a little much, but I'm glad we keep it safe.
Yeah.
there? Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You
It's
We're
just
in a
gets in
lab.
your eyes.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you ever sit there in a bar and go, you know what? The aftertaste is hanging on a little longer than I'd like.
You will say this beer sucks. I'm going to finish it and move on to another one, but that's the extent of the conversation.
Or you go, yeah, this beer's fine.
Yeah.
And you might order another one.
Yeah.
But in the crucible that is the deli,
I guess we take the fun out of the beer drinking.
not for the ones that win delis.
Yeah.
Then you like, you can go and get
Yeah.
that beer.
I would say that people would. I think listeners would also enjoy the delis, try them, but then the ones that we maybe poo-poo would be more interesting for them to go. Well, they said it was bad, but is my flavor profile the same as them?
No, that's why we have to have multiple people here.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if anything wins a deli and it's just Troy and I'm always like, that's a suspect deli.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if there's 5 of us here and it wins a deli,
That's a guarantee.
I'm like, that's 100%.
Right.
That's a good deli.
how much percent?
95% of the time, that's a good deli.
60% of the time, it works every time.
In fact, I might start saying, I'm giving you 80%. Because that's probably more accurate.
Yeah.
It's the
Look,
truth.
I like you. I'm going 90 on this project.
Yeah, I put 90% of my
Yeah.
effort into it. Yeah, I went online
Yeah.
and dicked off for a
Yeah.
little bit of time, but mostly
Think these Miata parts are going to buy themselves? Come on.
Oh boy.
Miata's the only thing running. leave the Miata out of it.
Yeah.
You want to talk shit? It's about Infinities and Toyotas right now.
Well, I meant just like parts like, for funsies.
Like a Mega Squirt.
What?
Ken Block would know what I'm talking about.
Sounds like
Mega squirt.
sounds like something you buy for the bedroom or
Yeah.
What room were you in?
Hey, baby, I just fired up the Mega Squirt. Get in here quick.
it's the Mega Squirt 3000.
And
I know you have we have the 2000, but we've worn it out.
Man, I had a Mega Squirt in college. Not going to talk about it.
Oh jeez.
Stu knows what I'm talking about.
I don't want to.
No, but like,
Yes.
no, a Mega Squirt is a computer.
Fuel injector.
No, it's a computer for a car, so you can like tune it better.
Oh, okay.
So like you, if
It's a
you,
weird name.
Yep,
Okay.
it is. I
Yeah.
will.
Has
I
nothing
will-
to do with the car.
Yeah.
Like, I never wanted the Mega Squirt because of the name. I was always like, that is a fucked up name. But unfortunately, when it comes to Miatas, the tuning system, the Mega Squirt, is the one that's most dialed
Yeah.
in.
Nice.
So Stu,
Everybody
you keep,
knows that.
everybody knows that.
I could get it. Yeah.
No, so like I literally am thinking about getting a Mega Squirt for my car because right now that Miata I have, it's got a supercharger on it, and instead of like properly tuning it, there's a card that you put in, and it just retards the fuel and air mixture so that it works well when being forced. So
So it's not as efficient as it should be.
no, it's literally just saying, hey, if we just dumb it all down, it won't blow up.
Yeah.
It's not actually saying, hey, the proper amount is X.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
like, how
When-
about we just don't blow it up?
When the engine's doing this, it should be
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So
funny-
my computer's just a dumbed down version. And so I'm going to use the R word, retard,
Yeah.
in the proper sense.
It
Yeah.
retards
It's
the
just
engine.
retarding You know how it's doing the fuel air mixture.
Gotcha.
Instead of allowing, so a Mega Squirt will allow me to dial it in and go, this is the proper amount.
But
it will actually make my car much more efficient.
Have you thought about the stick-on air vents for the fenders? Because that is a great upgrade.
I'm not arguing with that.
Stickers.
No, you put those stick-on air vents down the side.
Yeah.
But not actually venting, just like the stick-on.
Yeah, and the key is don't throw a level or anything on it when you do it.
No. If the middle
Blindfold yourself, spin around 6 times, and
Clearly.
smack the shit out of the car with it.
I was actually thinking about getting some flames.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. On the side?
That's 10 miles an hour faster. Easy.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
I know I'm just stating the obvious.
If you do 0 to 60 in 6, you put flames on 0 to 60 in 5.
Yeah. Common knowledge.
In fact, it's common knowledge that stickers at 110% more horsepower than you used to have.
He looks like he's going fast. I just can't figure it out. There's something.
Speaking of stupid shit for your vehicle, Jeeps have gotten out of hand. Oh my gosh, dude. The amount of stupid shit I see on a
Accessorized?
Jeep. Oh man. I see some of the ugliest Jeeps ever out there now. It's
So
almost,
you're more cognizant of it. Like you see
Oh
it
yeah,
now.
now that I've always looked at Jeeps, but
But you
now that
never
I'm an
noticed
owner,
all of them.
now it's like
What do you think
It just jumps out at me.
What do you think of the headlight covers that make it look like you have a lazy eye? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the eyelids down.
Oh,
It's called angry grills.
Yeah.
And people love them or hate them, and I am definitely
I
on
hate
the
'em.
hate the
Okay,
hate
good.
side. I mean,
Stu,
that
how
is
do you
one of
feel
the
about
dumbest
the
looks I've
angry
ever
eye
seen.
on a Jeep?
I would actually say it depends on paint job stance.
Objection! Hearsay!
Yeah, you can be wrong.
But I would just, I'd say it's case by case. I don't have an overall blanket statement for that.
It's an awful look.
It's a
And
shit
I'm
look.
actually on a Facebook post, Facebook page. It's like we hate angry grills. Like
okay.
it's a whole thing.
Oh, is it so? You'd have to enlighten me. I'm just thinking about the little light covers, not the whole grill.
This is like they're usually part of a grill, and it's
So you
got
can
the
get
eyelids
you
on
can
it.
get the light cover that just kind of like halves your light, which effectively makes you less effective at shining light.
Yeah.
In fact, one could say you get 120% more because it's actually cutting off 20% of your light.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you could but then you can get a whole grill where it kind of like angers it out. It kind of
So it's just supposed to be looking like a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
To me, I think it's as effective as putting eyelashes on your VW
Yeah.
Bug or Mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Jeep is like the most, you could swap out every part for a custom part. And
Everything.
to me, like if you like Jeeps, like a Jeep. Like put a couple things on it, but like a lot of the stuff they do is just ridiculous.
But that's what the Jeep was designed to be.
Yeah.
From jump,
yeah.
it was designed for the Army to be like, hey, if you needed to go through water, do this. If you needed to go over sand dunes, do this.
Yeah.
Jungle, do this. Like,
Or if you need to take it apart in 5 minutes
Yeah.
and put
Yeah.
it back together, you
yeah,
could.
it's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I mean, that was its entire. So you can't be mad that it grew up and got all these stupid things.
No.
But some of them are stupid.
Oh yeah, a lot of them are.
Like, there's never a time where you're like, I want less headlight.
Yeah.
Why?
And then they'll put like more aftermarket light bars on it and off the fenders. Like it's like, so do you need more light or less light? Because I'm confused here.
Well, less headlight.
Yeah.
More blinding light.
I also hate the 20-inch rims. Like that's just a dumb look.
Yeah.
I love a 20-inch rim.
On a
Anything.
Jeep?
No, not necessarily
No,
on a
it
Jeep,
doesn't-
but like, I like a 20-inch rim. Every car I have, I wish I had 20-inch rims.
Not the 4Runner?
Now that you say it, most of the cars I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, though. On a truck,
Yeah.
unless you're intentionally saying, I'm staying on the road.
Yeah.
20s on a Durango?
Fuck yeah. Durango, RT, SRT, Hemi, that's like for road use. Like you're basically saying, I'm not going off road,
Yeah.
but on road, I'm going to be a badass.
It's a race car.
Yeah.
I have 20-inch rims on my wife's Durango because it's literally never going to go off road.
Yeah.
It's got street tires on it.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not the car I would, if we get hit with 4 feet of snow,
You're not taking that car out.
we're not taking the fucking Durango.
Yeah.
So I have this dawned on me. Tie into your computer for your Miata, accessories for the Jeep, and Christmas.
Here we go. He
all
got a
the-
bidet.
I bought all of the kids that drive and myself and my girlfriend the little computer chip that plugs into your port where your mechanic would read what's wrong with your car.
Yeah.
And it's
OBD?
yeah, and it's supposed to. This chip is supposed to help the computer save you gas by 15, like cut your gas usage by 15%.
Interesting.
Just got them. It's supposed to. Haven't installed it yet.
Literally
let me
the
know how it goes.
opposite of a mega squirt.
Okay.
Right. This is well.
No, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Save you gas.
Yeah,
Get your little fuel.
You know how it saves you gas? Slows you down.
Retards the
Yeah.
engine.
That's right. And it'll save you a ton of gas.
My wife's CRV has an eco button on it,
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're just telling the computer,
Yeah.
hey, we're willing
which I
to
keep
go.
on all the time.
It's actually pretty sweet. Like if you're just cruising around town, you don't.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
a
need it.
CRV. I'm not getting after it, you know?
No. You know who never had one of those in his car? Ken Block.
Yeah.
He had the one that said more gas.
Yeah, he had a mega squirt.
Yeah. He in some of his gymkhana.
No, his car did not sound like that. It
It's the mega squirt.
1,800 horses of fury.
It's crazy because like some of those gymkhanas, he's driving like a Ford Fiesta that's like tricked out, like $1 million car. Like, but it's a Ford Fiesta. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, but he made it.
Badass.
That was one of the baddest cars. Had the Monster Energy drink
Yeah.
on the side. Like it's a fucking lightning rod.
Yeah.
Badass, man.
Yeah.
I'm bummed we lost him, man.
Yeah.
I really am.
that
no
was
more
That was a
gymkhanas.
complete
That's-
surprise, though.
I think we might have Jim Conn. Have you ever? Now I know his daughter's only like 16 years old, 17 years old. I don't know exactly.
Oh yeah, she's been trained up, right?
Dude, since she was like 14 years old, that girl can drive.
Yeah.
Well, you know who? You know Brian Deegan.
Yeah, it's same difference.
His daughter.
He's got a daughter who's killing
Haley's
it
getting
right
ready
now.
to be in the Xfinity series, the step down
Yeah.
on NASCAR.
Oh, nice.
She worked her way up to the truck.
She's killing it.
She's killing.
She
Same
will
as
be the first one. Like none of this Danica Patrick stuff.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Danica just happened to be hot. She didn't
Yeah.
have pedigree.
she didn't have pedigree.
Deegan's kid has pedigree and can race.
And it's
Yeah.
same with John Force and his daughter.
Oh yeah, his daughters have won multiple championships.
She's killing it over the last
Yeah.
couple of years.
Brittany.
That's yeah. But I couldn't think of her first name.
I had a run in with a NASCAR guy this over
Yes,
break.
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you quite literally did.
I did.
Eating, like barbecue or
Yeah, I'm
something.
in Dollywood,
Number 22.
and we sit down. We go to grab some lunch, and we sit down, and I had to run some over a trash can a few feet away, and I like walk over and I lock eyes with this dude, and I'm like, damn, this dude looks familiar as shit.
So did you actually recognize him?
Yeah. So I lock eyes with him, and I'm like, I know this dude. I'm turn around, walk back, and I'm like, what are the chances I ran into somebody I know from Richmond here in the mountains of
Yeah, so you're like
Tennessee?
running through your
Yeah, so
your-
I'm like,
your
why do I
dial.
know this guy? I'm like, why do I know this guy? How do I know this guy? He's sitting at this table with another dude, and there are 6 kids all under the age of 6, probably 7 or 6. They were young, and he's holding on to one of them, and this one he's holding on to is kicking the shit out of him, fighting him, getting up, running around, blah blah blah. He's getting his ass handed to him. So I sit back down and I look over at him again. I'm like, holy shit, that's Joey Logano, like a freaking legit
NASCAR
NASCAR
racer.
driver. Which I watch some races, but like I
How
don't
did you
follow.
recognize him? Like I'm a big Denny Hamlin guy.
Yeah, I'd
And I-
recognize him.
But I honestly believe it would take me a long time to piece together.
would
that
have
was
to
looking
say
at Denny
that-
Hamlin.
just in general, Joey Logano, like the way his
got a
face,
look.
he's got. Well, it's not a look. It's just he's got a unique profile.
Well, that's
Like,
what I
he's
mean
just
by a
face-
look.
like
He's been so good for so long that if you ever watch NASCAR at all, they show him a lot.
Yeah.
You know, he's out there a lot.
there,
Like,
and he just won.
yeah, I mean,
Champion.
he's the reigning champion. So I sit down and my dad does follow NASCAR. I'm like, Dad, I'm like, Joey Logano over there. He's like, he looks over, he's like, oh yeah, it is. So I'm like, I tell my boys, I'm like, hey, that's Joey Logano. Of course, they're like, who? And I'm like, he's a NASCAR driver.
So how did you deal with this situation?
So I was thinking like I should get a picture with him, like that'd be cool.
Of course.
But I'm
then
like-
again, he's with his kids. So how do you deal with it?
So he's with his kids and he's getting his ass kicked. So like 15 minutes later, all the wives come out and they had gone in to get the food. I guess the dads, the group he was with, were like on kid duty while the wives went in.
Was
and
it
got all the
obvious
food.
which one was his wife?
No.
They were all hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's what I was getting.
And it was other family members too. It was a big crowd came out, and he was literally busy the whole time. And I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with this dude. Like
I respect that move.
He is busy. Like
I respect that move.
And literally before his family came out, he was fighting with this kid, and I was like, I've been there, so I was like,
Did you take a picture of him though?
I did take a picture when we wasn't looking
Of course.
like his
Yeah, that's
profile.
the move. That's the move.
No,
Yeah.
he waited till Joey went to the bathroom and he followed him.
Yeah,
Hey, nice cock. Oh, you're Joey Logano.
but I did want to get a picture, because I thought it'd be cool, like with my kids. And my kids were like, "Are you gonna say anything to him?" Dad? I'm like, "Look." I said, boys, look at him. He's getting worn out right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's busy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother him. I'm surprisingly, no one else bothered him, which I was kind of surprised because if I recognized him in the hills of Tennessee, I thought for sure
Everybody.
the Dollywood crowd would recognize him.
Yeah.
Nobody fucked with him.
But that's good.
So either people didn't know who he was,
Or they were all being
were
cool.
all being cool.
like I was
Well, he
sitting
wasn't
at a-
walking around in his fire suit.
Well, yeah. I mean, he definitely wasn't, wearing his gear. He wasn't.
all the sponsors.
Yeah.
No, like I was sitting at the bar next to Darrell Revis and it took me a while to piece together. I was like, oh,
I
wait.
wouldn't know who that was.
He was a cornerback. And
I mean, I know who he is, but
okay.
like if he was sitting next to me, I would just assume it's a dude.
Well, no, like I pieced it together. I was like, oh, motherfucker, that's Darrell Revis. And I was like, hey, baby. And I was like, smile. And I took a picture of her
Yeah.
and he looks over like,
You son of a bitch.
you motherfucker. And I was like, still got you, bitch. But I let it, but I didn't I never fucked with him.
We'll see with him and I would be more worried about Darrell Revis kicking my ass
He was small.
than Joey Logano.
It was the dude with him.
yeah,
that was-
Revis is small.
Yeah, there was the dude next to him. But like,
No.
he and I were literally talking
Oh, okay.
and hanging out and having beers.
Yeah.
And I still didn't want to
Yeah.
we were shooting the shit, but I was like, I'm not going to bother you. Because as soon as I go, hey, Darrell, can I get a picture with you?
Yeah.
Then everyone else goes, it is.
Yeah.
And then the crowd starts. So I was like, baby, you look so good. Let me get a picture. And like she leaned in and I was like, lean back. And then I was like, click. And
Well,
he's
and
looking at me. And I was like, I'm going to leave it
I
at
didn't
that.
have an in with Joey because like I didn't want to go up and be like, "Hey man, you mind if I get a picture? I'm a big fan." Like I'm not a big fan. Like
Yeah.
I just know who you are. Like you're an amazing driver and I appreciate that about you, but it's not like I have your gear. Not like I couldn't even tell you who he drives for anymore, but I'm like, so I'm not going to be like, I didn't want to put myself or him in a weird, awkward position.
Well,
so I was like,
the kid situation makes it like
Yeah.
it's family time.
So
Yeah.
that's exact because
and I've heard celebs like freak out over that.
Yeah.
So
like there was one I was
But then I'm thinking, don't go to freaking DollyWood on the busy. Like the people at DollyWood told me it was one of their busiest weeks of the year. That week between Christmas and New Year's.
Damn.
Like it was cars. Like when you drove through Pigeon Forge, like it was Alabama, Florida, like South Carolina, like North Carolina. I mean, every state around.
Did you go to Dollywood proper?
Yeah, we went to DollyWood, rode the rides, and like we
What's
had to
the
wait.
scoop? What's the scoop? Is it dope?
It's cool because
I've been to Dollywood. It's
They have some cool roller coasters, but like it's cool if you've never been, but it's not like a destination like you want to go back and back.
But
and
it
back.
is a destination for some people.
Well, yeah, for a lot of people, obviously.
well, there's a whole other section of people that go to Dollywood that are like the 65 plus, and they're not going to ride anything, and they're just
Yeah.
there for the shows.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
it's
a lot
there's
of
a hard
shows.
crowd
Oh,
for
it's
that.
got a lot of like
Yeah.
show like
I mean, they have a
old school country.
they have a version of her house that she grew up in that's the size of the Powell house. And like glass on the front, so you can like walk through it and like see her old room and stuff.
so it's
like
also like a museum.
that. Yeah, oh yeah.
it's-
Did you do the Johnny Cash ride?
There's not a Johnny Cash ride.
Yeah, they make you drink a fifth of bourbon and then they spin you around. And then they send you out on a tractor.
We rode a
No.
lot of rides, but we didn't ride a couple because like some of the rides were 3-hour waits.
So it's like a little Disney World for rednecks.
Well, according to my father, who's been multiple times, regular time, no big deal. Walk right up, get on a ride, and go.
we went.
Is it worth
It's worth going.
It's worth going if you're a
Troy
music
unfortunately had a bad
person.
time, I think, with all the people. But if you go and it's half as crowded, it's worth going and experience. I mean, it's the Bible Vegas. I mean, it's like
Pigeon Forge looks just like when I say just like, I mean just like Myrtle Beach. Yeah. Like it is it's a big 4-lane on each side, tourist trap, everything that Myrtle Beach has.
That's not an awesome
No, but
comparison.
20 minutes away is Gatlinburg, which is a cool little town that is a 2-lane road cutting through it with cool shops you can walk up and down.
They got all the distiller
breweries and
tasting rooms, distillers.
How's
the tons of wineries down there.
Is there a dope music scene, DollyWood or Gatlinburg?
I would assume so. Gatlinburg, one of the bars there was in Gatlinburg. There's a Jimmy Buffett resort, and there's a Blake Shelton has a bar restaurant that does live music. So I'm sure there's a cool live music.
Did you guys do the aquarium?
We did not go to the Ripley's aquarium.
That's actually a pretty good aquarium.
Ripley's aquarium
is always
awesome.
It's a small one, but I mean it's really
but they do them small, but they pack a lot of cool shit.
You know what we did that was cool that I always wanted to do? They have a bunch down there. They have the mountain coasters, which I'd never done.
I'm not familiar with this.
There's about 7 of them.
It's the track that just goes down the mountain, and you sit in the car where you operate the brake, like it's all gravity fed.
Some of them
really
are
cool.
So what happens if you don't hit the brake?
So the one I was on, the guy was like, "You can hit the brake. You don't have to hit the brake on this one." And we got 2 rides down it, 2 trips. And the first time I hit the brake at one corner because my oldest son was riding with me, and I felt like we were going to shoot off the side of it. But the second time we each rode in our own cars, and I didn't hit the brake.
Because you were like, fuck it, it's just me.
Yeah.
No, that's how I feel. If I'm by myself,
and
I'm
less
like,
weight, because he was like, the more weight that's on the car, the faster it goes.
But it's like in old school, like in like a cartoon.
But
you're just in like a.
But some of them are monorail.
That's on a trail, a track.
Yeah, but some of them are.
I have a video. I'll show you the video of it.
Some of them are monorail, and then some are like 2 or 3 rails.
Yeah.
And the cart
I don't
holds
trust
on.
a monorail ever.
It was cool though.
It's fun.
I'd seen versions of it. You've seen the bobsled version, like over in Europe. They have different versions
But
of
it's
it.
just going down a mountain.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Okay.
And
And you just trust the redneck to hit the brake.
No, you hit the
have
brake.
to hit the brake.
Yeah, well, you're the redneck. You're in
Yeah.
Gatlinburg. yeah, I'm saying.
It has automatic brakes, like when you get to the bottom. Like if you don't hit the brake, like it stops you.
It's literally an emergency handle brake sitting in between your legs.
Yeah.
You can either slow up or let it
Actually,
go.
mine, the one we were on, it was 2 handles on the side, and basically you had to push it down. The safety was
Push down.
we're gonna brake you, so you had to push it down while you were riding. So like if you got nervous or something, you like could just let go.
But clearly, this thing can handle never hitting
some
a brake.
speeds. Yeah,
Because if you don't, I guarantee there's a shit ton of hillbillies
Yeah.
who aren't hitting brakes
oh
at
yeah,
all.
for sure.
Who were like, I've had enough moonshine that if this thing goes off the ledge,
Yeah, I mean
I'm
it's
good.
connected. It was like Stu said, it was like three rails. It's like connected to it. Like it's not. You're not gonna fall off.
So
of
is
it.
it cool? Is it worth
yeah,
doing?
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, that sounds because you're open air.
yeah, oh yeah.
That sounds cool.
You're sitting on what looks like a golf car, a go kart.
Yeah.
You're just strapped in. And
Yeah, you
off
just
you go.
yeah.
Almost some, and some of them are they're like sled length, so you had to
Yeah.
bend your knees. You're just,
This actually sounds like a pretty cool ride because it is all gravity fed. Like I kind of dig that.
Yeah, it was cool.
and they got one. There's a putt on the side of the mountain. You take, so we did it, and it's
I saw that one. Yeah,
we did it. So it's a trolley car, like it's a 4-person cart on a track, like the old school train mine.
Yeah.
And it goes, I mean, it's vertical. So the train's tilted and you walk in straight and it goes up about, I'd say 80 yards. And then you putt like back down
back
the
and
mountain.
forth down the mountain.
Oh, that's kind of
It
dope.
was cool.
And we took a ski lift up to the
Did
top
you
of
do
the mountain.
there's like a walking bridge across a gorge or something?
Yeah, we did that. There's a bunch. There's 2 or 3 like trams that take you up. The one we do is like a ski lift and takes you up to the top of the mountain, and it's got the longest pedestrian bridge in North America on it.
And it goes
Spanning
across
these-
like a.
Yeah, a big
Gorge,
valley.
valley.
So like and I didn't know this. We're like walking across it, and it's all shaky and shit.
It
and then,
moves,
like,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, most walking.
So we get
bridges-
to the middle, and it's fucking glass bottom in the middle.
That's sketchy.
Nice.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We didn't get. It wasn't there when I went.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You ever done it on
pretty
weed,
awesome.
man?
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
I've been twice, and I would recommend Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge as a place to go visit. Get you a little cabin somewhere.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you went at like
I went during the
peak
busy
time.
season.
Okay,
yeah.
so say I go in.
We stayed in Knoxville. It was 45 minutes away.
You know what I like about Gatlinburg? A little shout out to the 10% of us out there.
Which means what? How many percentage?
Okay. They tried 190%.
Yeah.
Here's what they did there, and I thought this was fucking beautiful. They did a thing it's like 3 years ago. It was their tourism thing, like right as 2020 hit, unfortunately, when tourism fell apart.
Yeah.
But they had this really good campaign where they were like, we want everybody to see what we see. And so they have those enchroma lenses that are for like colorblind people.
Yeah.
Sure.
They have those like things you can like go look at all the leaves changing. It's like a telescope, but it's like binoculars.
Yeah.
And like you see them at all kinds of tourist attractions. You put in a quarter and like
Top of the
you get to
Empire
put
State
your
Building.
face- Yeah,
King's
and you get to
Dominion.
look around, right? Well, they have these, but then they have special enchroma ones in Gatlinburg for during
Fall.
when the leaves are
Yeah.
changing, so that colorblind people can drop their money in and they can see what everyone else sees
Nice.
through the enchroma lens.
That's pretty smart.
And I love that's why I hold them like dear. I'm like, okay, they've got a special section for us schmucks whose cones don't work right in our
Yeah.
eyes, and they will allow us to see the leaves through all those valleys. And they did a whole marketing campaign behind it, and I was like,
Pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So they're taking care of us 10%ers.
There you go.
Yeah, but I mean, I highly recommend as a family, especially where your kids are their age right now, they can do everything. And if you get to go during a time that's not super packed, you can get into Gatlinburg, you can get into Pigeon Forge, you can do DollyWood, do all that stuff, and it's a fun time.
There's
All right, so-
a cool little motel in Gatlinburg we walked by that like looks kind of retro, and like it's right by this creek, and all the balconies hang out over the creek.
Yeah.
I like that.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so that actually brings me to the question I was going to ask. Is this place only good for going like with your kids, or like could you go there with your girl?
I think you could go to
Yeah.
Gatlinburg because you can walk everywhere, and there's like wineries everywhere.
Hold on, Stu just gave this knowing look like they got fuck swings in half the hotels.
No,
He did
no,
look-
no,
he
no,
did
no,
look
no,
like
no,
that.
no, I
Stu,
I saw there's an Airbnb right outside of Gatlinburg that would be great for couples. Just a couple, just the two of you.
okay, so hold on. So it is kind of like
You
it
could
can
do-
be
yeah.
couple-ish.
Oh yeah, I would think
and
so,
then
for sure.
right at the end. So you come into Pigeon Forge, and then you come into Gatlinburg, and right where Gatlinburg ends, you enter into the National Forest, the national park there. And when we were there, we drove up into it a little bit just to take some, and there was just bear, sitting on the side of the road.
So so they do have booze and stuff. You said
yeah.
Bible Belt
Oh, yeah.
earlier, like
Well, no, but like there's no gambling, but it's like I say.
but I don't want gambling.
No.
I just
It's
want to be able to like.
I think Troy had it best when he said it's Myrtle Beach, but without the like
Pigeon
strip
Forge
clubs and
Pigeon
things
Forge
like,
is huge. Like you can't really walk it. Where Gatlinburg you can walk, and you can walk across
Yeah.
the
Because it's
street.
small town.
Yeah, Pigeon
Yeah.
Forge. I mean, Gatlinburg's basically a 2-lane road cutting through it. Pigeon Forge is like a 4-lane highway on each side, like Broad Street,
It's a shit show.
with tourist traffic shit up and down both sides of it.
So that's crap.
You'd have to drive everywhere. Where
Gatlinburg's
Gatlinburg,
okay.
if you got a place down there on the strip, you could walk the entire town.
So you go to restaurants, you go
Yep.
catch some music.
Yeah.
but like we
So you could do family or
Yeah.
like couples
Yeah.
thing. I mean, it actually sounds kind
like when
of
I took
interesting.
when I took the kids, it was one of those like
Just not the time of year you.
Yeah.
you think about those blonde pined wood cabins that are like maybe four rooms up on the side of the mountain, great views, hot tub, like playroom for the kids or whatever. That's where we rent it, and then we just drove 15 minutes, not even down to.
Sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, so do you remember Dolly Parton used to have this show way back in the day? It was like on primetime TV, and that was right when DollyWood opened.
Yeah.
And
she had a
would
variety
hype it
show,
up.
right?
Yeah, she had a variety show, and she would hype up DollyWood. And I remember when I was a little kid, I coveted DollyWood
Oh yeah.
more than Disney World.
Yeah.
Because I'd been to Disneyland many times. I'd never been to Disney World at that point, but I was like, kind of feel like I want to go to DollyWood.
Yeah.
And so there's like a special place in my heart, but it's the same place in my heart that truly believed that Epcot Center was all inside of one giant dome.
Yeah.
You know, one giant globe. So
And then you found out in truth that's the lamest ride there.
so fucking disappointing when I figured that out. And that took me till I was in my late 30s to figure that out. But I didn't know. I thought it was an air-conditioned internal
Golly,
thing.
the first time I went to Epcot when I was 4 or 5 years old, Delta had a thing inside the actual dome that was the Delta ride, and it was like it looked like the egg from Mork and Mindy.
Okay.
And it was like
That's a really old reference.
4 people you sat in it.
But
and it was
really
just,
modern for someone from the antebellum.
But you just rode through this little track, and it made you feel like you're the captain and you're flying.
I think
It
that's
had
what's
screens
still there.
Is it still?
It's brutal. No, you sit
You
in
sit
a
in
stupid,
like a stupid little car.
it's a
and you-
chair and the dome comes around you. It's
Yeah.
like a
Is it a Delta
75%
ride?
dome. It's
No.
not still
It's not-
sponsored by
yeah.
Delta, but you go through it.
it's
They're
like
like,
the-
here's the future.
Yeah, it's
And
all
like,
future
we have
based.
vacuums. And I'm
Yeah.
like, this
I know
is
there's
old.
Oh, okay, because I know it, and
No, it's bad. It's real
I think
bad.
they're revamping it.
they might. Yeah.
They fucking have
Need to, yeah.
because
They're
what's
like,
the other one that's
you can heat up a meal in the minute in your microwave. It's
Yeah.
like it's bad.
because they have the ride that's in Disney or not Epcot, but the Magic Kingdom. That's kind of when you go in, it's back towards the right. You get in a tram car, and it's like
Yeah,
the
it's the
future
people mover.
Yeah, and they say what the future's going to be. And like that was like antiquated when I took the girls a couple years ago.
Still brutal.
Yeah.
And I still ride it because I'm like, well, we have to wait for our fast pass.
Well, we did Disney World once, and I don't ever care to go back. But
Yeah.
if we go to California this summer, I think we might do Disneyland just because it's the OG. You know,
You know what I've heard is funny is that Universal Studios, so they have two of
I've
them.
never done that.
So they have a Universal Studios in Florida and they have a Universal Studios in LA.
Yeah.
Right. And the Universal Studios that's in California actually really is where they
Just film everything.
film all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And so the theme park is really a secondary thought.
Yeah.
Whereas the one in Florida, they don't have all that. So it is the
theme,
thought. And
yeah,
it has to compete with Disney. Like they're really
Yeah.
trying. That one is fantastic.
Yeah. I've only heard good things about it.
It's great.
I went to Disney, I think in '92, and Back to the Future was the new ride.
Yeah. Checks out.
But I've only been to Universal like one time, and I'd love to go back because
I went
everybody
to
raves
Universal
about it.
like 3 years ago. And it's still antiquated because they had the Blues Brothers car driving around going,
Nice.
the fabulous Blues Brothers are playing tonight. And like Jake and Elwood came out and did a dance. And I was like, that movie was the shit in 1980.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to turn that stuff over. Like when when Wayne's World got popular, and then they're like, "We're putting a Wayne's World area," and then it's like 4 years later when it finally's done, and like it's
Yeah.
not nearly as hot. And now, of course, that whole area's been revamped again because it's like,
That's why Universal has the Simpsons town and it's still relevant.
Yeah, 'cause-
if they're still doing it.
Well, it's like they did Star Wars, right? Like that'll always
be relevant.
relevant.
You know what I dig? We just got we had a Belushi reference to start the show with a Blue Tarski. And then we had a Blues Brothers reference at what I'm about to tell us is the end of the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've
And
gone
so-
way over.
So we've gone Belushi to Belushi.
Yep,
I think I'm going to leave it at that
there we
Sounds
go.
like a plan.
because I'm a big Belushi guy.
Yeah,
And that's not just because of my crippling drug addiction. I'm not addicted to drugs.
not addicted.
They took
But the
bar.
depression's real. The depression's real. I'll give it that.
The whole damn
They took the whole damn bar. No, I like that. Belushi to Belushi. That's how you should do it. And Stu, I want to be the first one to put it on record. You did come out of this +2.
Thank you.
That's a pretty good record.
It's a new year. It's a new leaf.
Yeah. 2023 may be your year, buddy.
Yeah, it's the last year before the big one.
Oh, God, you're getting old. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't had a chance to check us out on Facebook, please do so. And something I would really like to focus on this year is the Cincinnati Swap. And if you don't know, if you're a new listener, the Cincinnati Swap is very easy. It's when you go pick up your buddy's phone and you just sign them up. Subscribe them to Inside the Pallet House. So the one thing we can ask you to do right now is get more people to listen to us, because the truth is, I don't think we're going to make it out of this year still doing this show if we don't get more listeners. That's my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
We got to go up.
Yes.
We got to go up. And the only way to do it, because we're not spending money on advertising, is for you guys to actually sign people up for this show or tell them about this show. Otherwise, the other option is you could just send us a bunch of money at our Venmo, which is, Troy?
At Inside the Pallet House on Venmo.
And if you do that, then we can put that money towards advertising. But it's easier to just sign people up. If you haven't had a chance to head over to Nectar Sunglasses, drop Abacus in the coupon code. You'll get what's already a reasonably priced sunglass for 20% off, and that's not bad. If you need a mortgage this year, head over to Screen Door Mortgage. Jimmy will take care of you. He'd be glad to show you the ins and the outs of the mortgage game. It's not an easy one.
Just reached out to him today. He turned right around, got in touch with my client, and done.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about. If you do have topics for us, please do reach out and send them to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We're always interested in what you guys are thinking about and talking about. We'd be glad to talk about it. Boy, I said talk about.
You got the point across.
But I used it 110% more than I wanted to.
Oh, I see what you did there. That's a callback
Yeah, see?
in the industry.
You get it.
Yeah.
Troy gets it. Thank you guys so much for
Been
tuning
in this game a long time, buddy.
I know you have. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
God, an hour and 40? What are we doing?
You know how much money we made in that hour 40 though, Troy?
Same as an hour and 20?
Settle.
Yeah.
It's like the percentage. It was only an hour and 20.
We gave 120% today.
I promise you, I gave 140% tonight. For those that are doing the math, I gave you 60%.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
60%.
Works every time.